Shalom, shalom. Giving honor and praise to the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth. This particular short presentation, brothers and sisters, is so that way we can continue in biblical Hebrew discussion and how to identify what is what, what is said, and the meaning of so in sentence structure. Now, as you may see, the vowels are not placed in. We will do so as we go along in this particular presentation. And let us look at this, brothers and sisters. We see here the letter Y. As pointed out before, that serves as a prefix. All right, and this Y means and. Wa, in this case, with the shawah there. Wa. Then we have the hey, serving as the definite article, okay? Meaning something that's pinpoint, all right? Waha Adam. Waha Adam. And the man. And the mortal. And the human. Waha Adam. Yada. That, brothers and sisters, is the letter Yod, Dalet, and Ayin. This spells in Hebrew Yada, which means to know. Okay, now we know in biblical Hebrew, this knowing is a carnal act, if we will, okay? Nonetheless, Waha Adam Yada, and the man Yada, meaning the third person, masculine singular. This is a verb, okay? He knew, all right? Now in the English, it may not say and the man he knew. It may say in certain versions and the man knew, but we know good and well that with this conjugation, this is the third person masculine singular, which also serves as its roots. Okay? Wa Adam Yada et. Et meaning specific, or in this case, or many other cases with. But we want to emphasize that this et, brothers and sisters, serves as also the place in front of definite articles or names, or in front of names of people. Okay. Et kawa. Okay, here we see kawa, ket, wow, and hey. Now, this is transliterated in English as Eve. E-V-E. You understand? But if we understand the translation from Hebrew, kawa means to live or to exist. Also, the word kaya also means living creature, also in verb, meaning to live or to exist. All right? Et kawa. Eve. All right? Okay. Ishto. Now, Isha in Hebrew means wife. Okay? The word Isha, as stated, means wife. You have the aleph, sheen, the tau, and then the waw over in that case. Now I'm going to use the bottom of this board right here as like notes, if you will. Okay? You have here, all right, the word Isha, aleph, sheen, hey. So in Ishto, this means his wife. Isha means wife or woman. What happens is that letter hey, being a soft letter, also a feminine letter, tau being a stronger letter, also a feminine letter, when you show the possession that is of a feminine noun, the hey drops off, and here we see the tau in its place. Now, the suffix of this particular aspect, we see the O. Now, in previous times, we went over O for the feminine plural, but not in this particular case. When you're showing this O right here, it means his whatever. So if it had been the word hand, it would be yado. Had it been the word for understanding, bina, it would be binato. Well, this word here, isha, pardon the crossed out hey, you just say ishto, meaning his wife. Okay? Now, let's continue. All right, here we have, right, watahar. This wow serving as, brothers and sisters, an aspect of a prefix. Watahar. Now, brothers and sisters, let's understand something a bit about biblical Hebrew. The root initially of this verb is the root word hara. Hey, resh, and hey. Nonetheless, in biblical Hebrew, when you have it, the hey drops out when you're showing it in this particular case. This while we want to emphasize serves as the while consecutive, sometimes referred to as in Hebrew, the while hakipuk. And what happens is a future tense word, such as this word here, tahar, would become now in the past tense. That's why in English it says, and she conceived. The word hara, remember we're using the bottom as notes, right? Is the qual stem verb meaning to conceive. Hara. So, you still got the hey and the resh. This particular hey, when you're showing it in the future tense normally, drops off in biblical Hebrew. Now also in biblical Hebrew, we want to point out, because of this while, this normal future tense word turns into the past. Okay, let's continue. Watahara. Oh, we want to point this out too. This letter here, okay, ta, serves when you're dealing with verbs as a prefix in the third person feminine singular. We'll explain that as we go along, okay? Let's look at this. Wa tahar wa tered. All right? Wa tered. Now this vowel, also like this one, serving brothers and sisters as the vowel consecutive. Wa tered. Okay, now, we emphasize that the letter tau is, or established in that is, a feminine letter. So let's look at this from the root of teled. You have it in root as yalad, when you get the word yaled for boy, or yalda for girl, or yaladim for children. Okay, so now let's look. Wa teled, yalad. The yod in this case drops off. So you just have teled in that particular case. Anytime a verb begins in Hebrew with a yod is referred to as a pay yod verb. When you conjugate it in a future tense, the yod drops off. This is why in this word here, you don't see no letter yod. All right? Now, as pointed out, this while serving as the prefix, wa teled. And she gave birth. And she conceived and she gave birth. All right? Because the word yalad in root means to give birth. All right? Then it goes on to say, Watomer. Okay? Now, we have it to where this vowel again, brothers and sisters, serving as the vowel consecutive. Okay? Watomer. This tau serving as a prefix. The root of this is the root word in amar. Amar means to say, S-A-Y, or to intend. To say or to intend. Alright? Wa tomer. This normally tomer would be a future tense word, which would mean she will say. But as pointed out in biblical Hebrew, having this vowel serving as the prefix, meaning and also making every future tense word that we've gone over in this particular part here from its normal future tense to the past tense. Wa tomer, and she said. And she conceived, and she gave birth, and she said. Now, we want to, brothers and sisters, in closing this particular part, this coming from the Bible in Genesis chapter 4, verse 1, in part. It's not the entire verse. We just want to go over some aspects of certain things. Kawa is the woman. This is transliterated as Eve. So you have the tau, and the tau. Because tau, as we pointed out, is a feminine letter. Wa Adam. Adam is a male. So you have the yod there. You don't have a tau. When you're showing that in the conjugation of the verb. The gender, be it kawa as Eve or Adam as a male, in this case a man, the verb has to agree with the noun that it is speaking of or what is being shown in action. If there's any questions or comments, leave them inside of it. I'm putting this on 2 channels. The Moreh Yeshaya Hebrew lessons, you're not allowed to make comments because I made it for, as they say, made for kids, which we know is really Yeladim. Okay, but you can still look inside of the description, get the info, and text or send an email. Shalom. Most High bless.